Good morning, fellow wet shavers. Brian with the Wet Shave Experience here. It is Wednesday, middle of the week for me. Today, I will be using the Watchman by Zingari Man in the, I thought it was Sego base, but I was watching a video by John Latherhog the other day, and he pronounced it Sego. So I'm not sure if it's Sego or Sego. Heather, if you happen to watch this, or John, you can correct me. I'll also be using the recovery splash that goes with it. I'm going to again be using my carve, you guys are probably getting tired of seeing this, on the B plate with a third use derby blade. And then I've got my soap in my bowl. So I'm going to try something a little different today and try to show the soap. And then I'm going to use a StarCraft brush with it. So I'm going to try to lather it up off camera, come back on, and see if I can splice the videos together. So just on the soap real quick, on the scent notes, I'm gonna read this because there's really no individual scent notes that I could find, but the description is: hands gripping the lighthouse railing, a man peers out over the sea, growing restless as an evening storm approaches. The waves are jagged and dark, and while they do little more than hungrily lap at the sides of the boats of old and wizened captains, the dangers they might pose to a young fool with a raft keeps the man's eyes trained. The sea air, alive with electricity, feels almost a part of him. The water, the salt, the fresh life of the ocean, the almost sweet warmth of the lighthouse lamp, he wears them like cologne. And so too may you, with this aquatic fragrance named for such a man as him, the Watchman. So I know this was created in collaboration with Sean at, I think it's pronounced Chatillon Luxe. Heather and Sean collaborated on the fragrance for this. So there's no actual scent notes that I could find anywhere. And to be honest with you, I've never really smelled an aquatic, so I'm not really sure what an aquatic is supposed to smell like. I do get some sea, maybe some, I don't know, there might be some sort of, there is a brightness in there that it's a little fruity. So anyways, I took a little chunk out of there. You could see that it's a little lighter underneath from where my spoon dug in. So maybe there's a little bit of vanilla in the background on that caused that, but it could be something else that caused a little oxidation on the top layer of the soap. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure on the scent, whether it's for me. I know I got a lot of good positive feedback on the scent, but I'm gonna lather up and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. I think I'm pretty good here on the lather. Got a nice creamy lather there. Got it loaded up in the bowl here, or lathered up in the bowl, I should say. So this is my first use of any Zingari product. As I've mentioned before, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've only been wet shaving since June. I've just made some different purchases, and it's always kind of been on my radar as one to try. And when this release came out, it just looked different and interesting. And so I thought I would give it a try, but that's just really creamy. So I've not used the Sego or Sego base before. So I'm looking forward to trying this. By the way, today is also Veterans Day. I realized as I was lathering, I'm going to take a little liberty here because I know the Watchman is supposed to be the guy in the lighthouse watching over the sea, but I'm going to take a little liberty here, and hopefully Heather won't mind. Watchman also brings to mind something in conjunction to me with Veterans Day. So I never served in the military myself, but I do have a huge appreciation for those that did. Both my grandfathers served in World War II in the Army in Europe. My grandfather, my dad's father, passed away at a fairly young age of 67. My grandmother remarried, and her second husband, Jerry, my step-grandfather, also served in the Navy. And he lived until just this last July to be 93 years old. So he was actually my grandfather in terms of time, my time on Earth, about as long, and was in my life about as long as my dad's actual father and my biological grandfather. And then my stepfather, he served and retired from the Army. And then my father served in the Air Force in Vietnam. So they're all now, my father passed away at a fairly early age as well. So they are all of them are buried at Riverside National Cemetery down in California, all in the same place. And all my grandmothers and mothers will be buried there. My mom's mom passed away, she's buried there. And so anyways, the military tradition has been a part of my family. And so on this day, we honor those who have served or are serving, and they truly are the watchmen and watchwomen that provided the very freedom that we enjoy today. So thank you very much. All right, now on with the shave. I wet the face here. Some warm water. And scent-wise, I'm still personally a little unsure. I hope I didn't overhydrate this. This is the first time, I didn't do a test lather. Again, first time working with this base and soap, but I mean, it seems to be pretty creamy. I mean, I think I got it hydrated enough for sure. I don't know. I mean, it's not overly voluminous, is that a word? Voluminous in lather quantity. I don't know if I just didn't lather it well or right, but it's very smooth. I definitely think I got plenty of hydration in here. You know, sometimes when you first use a soap, sometimes some soaps require a little bit more soap in the bowl than others, or soap water ratios, etc. So just nailing those down and figuring those out takes some time. I'm gonna move the splash away as if you saw my video yesterday, you saw me drop the glass bomb bottle of Moon soaps. So it's Moon soaps week, I know, but I only have 3 Moon soaps. I've already used 2 of them, and I'm going to use the other one either tomorrow or Friday. But I've had this, I hate to say this, but I've had this soap for probably, I don't know how long. I got it, I think the week of Halloween, and it's been sitting in here for a couple of reasons, really, for me. Very nice on the slickness. And you know, there's some soap left, so I don't know if maybe I don't have enough hydration. Oh, the blade seems to be moving fairly well. I'm only working on 24 hours growth, so anyways. You can see I'm going over other areas, and the blade or the razor is still moving fairly easily over those areas. So I would say good residual slickness. That's indicative of that. So I had no question. I mean, the base is highly touted, highly regarded as one of the best out there. So I had no worries about that part of it. And I think, as I mentioned before, to me, there's a lot of great, really good bases out there, including this one. But scent for me is super important. So you have kind of figured out what you're doing and you have good technique, just about any soap will work for you. You do the sprayer. I feel like I'm on vacation somewhere. Sir, would you like another pina colada? Oh, yes, why, yes, thank you. All right. Anyways, I got sidetracked. So I've had this in my drawer since the week Thanksgiving, the week of Halloween. But I was doing my Halloween theme week, so I didn't use it that week. And the label's kind of cool and stormy, but I had other soaps that were specific Halloween releases, so I didn't use it that week. And then I think last week was Tribute Week, and I didn't use it during Tribute Week because I didn't really, I picked my soaps for specific reasons, and I just didn't have a specific Tribute Week reason to use this soap. So it's just kind of been hanging out, waiting for its turn. And the base is really good. I personally, for me, it's not a bad scent. I mean, it doesn't smell bad. I know, again, a lot of people are really digging it. And that's where preferences come in. It's what makes the soap community go around and makes new releases possible. If we all like the same thing, it'd be pretty darn boring. So anyways, it just didn't fit in with my week themes. And then, when I smelled it off the tub, I wasn't overly blown away. And I don't know what it is. This is the third item I've got that's been a collaboration of Chatillon Luxe. I was got in on the Spearhead Seaforth drops, which he also collaborated with them. And honestly, neither of those two scents were for me. I'm not saying that's indicative of all of their products, but it just happens to be the reality for me and the way things have worked out. Not saying I wouldn't buy anything that they've collaborated with or created in the future, just the three things for me were just misses, that's all. We're gonna have those. It's the way it rolls. I also picked up the Duo, which I won't say too much about here, other than I'll be interested in comparing that new vegan base to this base. And I think I picked this one up from the Razor Company, but I picked up the Duo directly from Zingari, which I think is the only place you can get it as far as I know. And so now I'm part of the tribe, which is cool. And I'm getting a really good shave from the soap. There's no question about that. I don't know. He said I'm still learning like the scents. So like, what is an aquatic? I didn't know what a fougere or fern was. So Still kind of learning all that. I don't know how other aquatics compare to this since I haven't tried any other ones. So I don't know in comparison to other aquatics how this would stack up. But as you can see, a lot of slickness. I don't want to overshave with it though. Almost took too steep of an angle there, do you see that? So I've yet to try any of the shavettes or straights. I don't know. I don't know about any of you, but they make me nervous. I mean, heck, when I got my first DE, I was nervous. Oh, no. I'm gonna, as DK would say, ride the top cap here. I do find this area very difficult for me. The blade doesn't just, I mean, my hair grows thicker here, so, you know, see, I got myself right there and there. So, you know what, and there. All right, so not the soap's fault for sure, but I'm sure mine. So I'm gonna stop right there in that area. Gotta work on my technique there. I was dragging it. I was trying to ride the top cap, but I must have been dragging it a little too much. All right, I'm gonna try something new. So I'm gonna try to rinse off, clean up, and I'll be right back. All right, soap's wiped off. Trying the face. So I know that Zingari makes a balm and a recovery splash. I chose recovery splash because I think, again, if you saw my video yesterday on moon soaps, they do a balm and not a splash. And I do prefer that alcohol splash. And this does not have any alcohol in it, but it just seemed to me, based on description, that it would be something a little closer to a splash. I mean, just shaking it, it's a lot thinner than a balm. So I thought I would try this instead of a balm. But some people use both. They draw on the recovery splash and throw on the balm after, or vice versa. There's no rules on the order that you do it. So we're gonna come out a little splash. I don't know, you can't really probably see that, can you? Nope, not without me dropping it all in the sink. It's already leaking out of my hand. So I can say that the balm smells a little slightly different than the soap, in a good way, I think. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know how to describe the scent. So those of you that are looking for like some scent direction, there have been a number of videos on this, on the Watchman by other folks as well. I don't get capers, I don't know. Although I don't know, I've only had capers in food, so I don't really know what they smell like directly. I did watch that one. But it's, you know, I mean, I think it's a good scent. It's not a bad scent. I just don't know if it's a scent for me, that's all. And that's just my honest take on it. I think the balm or the recovery splash is not as, I don't get as much sweetness out of the recovery splash as I do out of the soap. Let me see. I get a little bit more, some sort of, I say fruitiness, but I don't know, there could be no fruit flavor in here, or fruit flavor like that, fruit scent in there at all. The balm is a little bit more mellow on that, or I keep calling it the balm, the recovery splash. Anyways, overall, I was very happy with the soap performance, very happy with the way this soap allowed me to perform my shave. As Ken would say, the soap doesn't perform, you perform the shave, it just aids your performance. So, very happy with the soap and the base. I felt, other than, I wouldn't call this a great shave, but not because of the soap, but because I cut myself there on my face. And I chalked that up to just technique and inexperience going against the grain in my mustache area. So overall, happy with it. Again, it's an aquatic in it, so it may be for you. But I will definitely be trying other Zingari products based on how well I liked that base. So that part I'm very happy about. So now I've tried it. I've tried Zingari Man. I've tried their Sego or Sego base, and I definitely like the soap, like the base, like the way it felt on my skin and the way it helped me shave. So that was a good thing. So at least I got an introduction to that, even though if this scent may not be the scent that's up my alley. So happy Wednesday, guys. And again, thank you to our servicemen and women of the world and our veterans for your service. Truly do appreciate it. Thanks and have a great day.